Welcome back to our channel Dimes and Cents. Today everyone to another exciting and thrilling journey into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures and valuable discoveries that might just be lying in your pocket or tucked away in an old drawer. Today we are going to talk about something extremely special, something that has captured the attention of collectors, historians and treasure hunters across the world. This story revolves around the Liberty I dime from the year 1968, a small silver-colored coin that has become one of the most fascinating pieces in American coinage history. While most people would look at it and think it is just a regular dime worth 10 cents, the truth behind this coin is far greater than what meets the eye. This tiny piece of American currency, the 1968 Liberty Dime, has a market value today estimated at over $83.5 million, making it one of the most remarkable and extraordinary collectibles in numismatic history. To understand why a coin with a face value of only 10 cents could be worth so much money, we need to take a step back in time and dive deep into the history of American coinage, the background of the dime, and the fascinating world of minting errors and rare varieties that make certain coins priceless treasures. The dime as we know it has its roots going back to the very foundation of the United States Mint. First authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792, the dime has always carried a legacy of being the smallest silver denomination in American currency. Over the years it has undergone many design changes, from the early draped bust dime to the capped bust dime to the seated Liberty dime, the barber dime, the Mercury dime, and finally to what we know as the Roosevelt dime today. Each design change reflects a piece of American history, a reflection of culture, leadership, and the nation's growth. By 1968 the dime had already transitioned away from silver. The United States Mint had stopped producing 90% silver dimes after 1964 due to rising silver prices. From 1965 onward, dimes were struck in a clad composition of copper and nickel, making them less valuable in metal content but still essential in circulation. The 1968 Liberty dime belongs to this clad era, but it holds something so rare, so unusual, that it makes it worth millions upon millions of dollars today. What sets this coin apart is not simply the year or the metal, but rather the minting process, the mistakes, the errors, and the conditions under which it was struck. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1968 dime is its mint mark variations and error strikes. In 1968 the United States Mint produced dimes at multiple facilities including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. This was also a very important year because it was the first time that mint marks reappeared on U.S. coins after being removed during the mid-1960s. For coin collectors, this detail alone makes the 1968 dimes particularly interesting because it marks a historical return of the mint mark. Certain rare 1968 dimes, especially those with the San Francisco's mint mark, are highly prized, especially when they are proof coins with special striking methods. But what truly makes one single 1968 Liberty dime skyrocket to a value of more than $83.5 million is the discovery of extremely rare minting errors combined with its pristine condition. Imagine a dime that shows a double die obverse where the lettering, numbers, and Liberty inscription appear doubled under magnification, or a coin that has been struck off-center, revealing part of the blank planchet along the edge. Some 1968 dimes have been discovered with incorrect planchets, meaning they were struck on a metal disc intended for another denomination entirely, creating a dramatic minting anomaly. Others have mint mark errors, misplaced mint marks, or even completely missing mint marks, which make them unique. These tiny imperfections, which most people would not notice with the naked eye, are exactly what transform an ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar rarity. Collectors are drawn to these coins because they represent not only historical artifacts but also unique fingerprints of the minting process. No two error coins are exactly alike, and this uniqueness gives them value far beyond their intended use. The coin that reached the staggering value of $83.5 million did so because of its exceptional combination of rarity, condition, historical importance, and the demand from wealthy collectors who are willing to pay almost any price to own a piece of history that no one else can claim. Now let's talk about condition, which is one of the most important factors in determining a coin's worth. In the world of numismatics, the grading system ranges from circulated coins that have heavy wear all the way to mint state coins that show no signs of circulation at all. A 1968 dime in regular circulated condition might only be worth 10 cents or maybe slightly more if it is a proof or a rare mint mark variation. However, when we are talking about a coin graded at the highest levels such as MS68, MS69 or even the near-perfect proof 70 condition, the value increases dramatically. Combine that flawless condition with a once-in-a-lifetime error variety and you have the perfect recipe for a coin worth tens of millions of dollars. The story of the 1968 Liberty dime also ties into the culture of coin collecting itself. Collectors are not only chasing metal and numbers, they are chasing stories, history, and rarity. Every rare coin carries with it the mystery of survival. Why did this particular dime escape the fate of millions of others? How did it remain in pristine condition for decades? Why was it struck with such unusual characteristics? These unanswered questions create fascination and obsession, driving collectors to outbid one another until the value of the coin reaches astronomical heights. It is also important to mention that auctions play a major role in boosting the value of coins like the 1968 dime. When a coin is put up for auction, especially by a major auction house with international collectors participating, the competition can push the price far beyond its estimated value. This is exactly what happened with the most valuable 1968 Liberty dime, where intense bidding wars between elite collectors drove its final sale price to an incredible $83.5 million. Now imagine holding something so small, so ordinary in appearance, yet so extraordinary in value. The idea that a dime could pay for mansions, luxury cars, private islands, and even more is almost surreal. And yet this is the magic of numismatics. It reminds us that value is not always about size or weight, but about history, rarity, and demand. So the next time you come across an old coin in your change, remember that it could hold a story far greater than you can imagine. The 1968 Liberty dime proves that treasures still exist in plain sight and that sometimes the smallest objects can carry the greatest value. Whether you are a casual collector, a passionate numismatist, or simply someone fascinated by history, the tale of the 1968 Liberty dime is a reminder to always look closely, to always treasure the past, and to never underestimate the power of rarity. And as we conclude this incredible story, think about this. A 10-cent coin that once bought a piece of candy or a phone call now stands as one of the most valuable coins in existence, worth a jaw-dropping $83.5 million. That is the beauty, the mystery, and the excitement of rare coins, and that is why the Liberty 1 dime of 1968 will forever remain a legend in the world of collecting.